So, Alan Heath, could you tell me about the Russian market and what you think has changed and the challenges it's going to be facing in the next few months, years?
Well, the first thing about the Russian market is it's the biggest market in Europe for two reasons. Well, not only biggest market in Europe, it's one of the biggest markets in the world. The first reason is the size of the population, which is twice that of Germany, almost. And the second reason is it's coming from a position which is so far behind. Its start position is almost was one of the lowest start positions, not the lowest, but it was one of the lowest in 1990, and a huge market which in many ways has not been fulfilled. Not only that, we have many major multinational companies investing in Russia. For example, only 3-4 months ago, PepsiCo announced it was going to put $1 billion into Russia. That's $1 billion worth of material that's going to have to be eventually packed. So the investment of $1 billion, they'll be looking at a return, I would have thought, within 8 years. So we'll take their margin times that by how much the value of the food is.
So you think packaging in Russia is a growth market?
It's a huge growth market, yes.
And where are the companies, the Russian companies, looking for solutions for packaging? They're looking abroad.
Yeah, well, no, basically, the technology is not in this country. It's going to have to come from abroad. It's going to have to come from the machinery. Okay, it's coming from countries like Germany, Italy, and what have you. But it's going into plant in this country, which will in fact be then converted. Above all in Russia, but I mean, of course, Russia is still importing a great deal of stuff, such as material to make, let's say, for example, pouches and this type of thing. On the other hand, there is the indication that a certain amount of slack is in Central European markets is now being attempted to be exported to Western Europe, and there's also the first signs that some of the slack in the Russian market in certain areas may be absorbed in Western European markets, which in the end of the day really isn't a lot of good news for Western European packaging producers.
Now that's good. And what about the, let's say, the branded packaging end of things? Because I notice more and more branded packaging ideas coming out in Russia. Maybe some of them from Western Europe as well. Would you say?
Oh yes, certainly. I mean, a lot of the ideas are in fact coming out of Western Europe. But then again, I mean, the brand agencies. There's some very good ones in this country. There's some, brand packaging in Russia is far more important than any other country that springs to my mind. Straight off, and so the Russians are extremely brand conscious, far more than what we are, and therefore the ideas that have to go behind brand packaging here have to be much stronger than they are, for example, in Western Europe.
Thank you, Mr. Heath.